Hello, welcome to my channel. In today's class, we'll be dealing with this problem. They said, show on the graph the area which gives solution to the inequality. So these are the three inequalities given. Y minus 2x less than or equal to 4, 3y plus x greater than or equal to 6, and y is greater than or equal to 7x minus 9. So these are the three inequalities, and they ask us to show the area that satisfies this inequality. So now let's see, taking the first inequality, we take the first one, y minus 2x less than or equal to 4. So now let's start by assumption. When x is 0, let x be equal to 0. When x is 0, substitute the value of x in this and find the corresponding value of y. So we have y minus 2 times 0 is equal to 4. 2 times 0 is 0, so we have y minus 0 is equal to 4. Y minus 0 is still y is equal to 4. So now when x is 0, the corresponding value of y is 4. And then let y be equal to 0 also. Let y be equal to 0. So when y is 0, substitute the value of y in the equation. So we have 0 minus 2x is equal to 4. So minus 2x will now be equal to 4. So the value of x will be equal to minus 2. 2 here is 1, 2 here is 2. So the value of x is minus 2. So when x is minus 2, the corresponding value of y is 0. So now let's go for testing. Let's test this coordinate, or let's test this inequality whether it is going to satisfy the inequality. At the coordinate 0, 0, when x is 0, y is also 0. Put the corresponding value of y to be 0 and x to be 0 in this coordinate or in this inequality. So therefore we have 0 minus 2 times 0 is less than or equal to 4. So is it less than or equal to 4? If it is not, then it is false. So we have 0, 2 times 0 is still 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. Is it less than or equal to 4? Is 0 less than or equal to 4? Because 0 minus 0 is 0. So is 0 less than 4? Of course 0 is less than 4. So we say this inequality is true. So it means we are going to shade toward 0. If it is false, then we are shading outside 0, not this. Then taking the second inequality. The second inequality, 3y plus x is greater than or equal to 6. So now let's start by assumption. Let x be equal to 0. Put x to be 0 and find the corresponding value of y. So y, 3y plus 0 is equal to 6. 3y is equal to 6. So the value of y is equal to 2. Because 3 into 6 is 2. So when x is 0, the corresponding value of y is 2. And again, let put y to be 0. Let y be equal to 0. Put the value of y to be 0 in this inequality, the second inequality, and find the corresponding value of x. So when y is 0, we have 3 times 0 plus x is equal to 6. 3 times 0 is 0. 0 plus x, we have x. X is equal to 6. So when x is 6, the corresponding value of y is 0. So now let's go for testing also. To test the inequality, whether it satisfies this condition. Meaning, put x to be 0 and y to be also 0. At the coordinate 0, 0, what is going to happen in this inequality? So put y to be 0 plus 0. Is it greater than or equal to 6? 3 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 0, is it greater than or equal to 6? Is 0 greater than or equal to 6? This is false, because 0 is never greater than 6, no equal to 6, right? So now this condition does not satisfy the inequality. So in this case, of the region, we are going to shade outside 0 because it is false. It does not satisfy the inequality. So we shade outside 0, not towards 0. We are going to look at that when we come in. So next we take the last inequality. The last inequality says y is greater than or equal to 7x minus 9. So now put x to be equal to 0 here. Y is equal to 7 times 0 minus 9. So the value of y is going to be what? 7 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 9 is minus 9. So therefore the value of 9 equals to y equals to minus 9. So now the coordinate, when x is 0, y is minus 9. Then when y is equal to 0, what is going to be the value of x? Substitute for x. Find the value of x here. So we have 0 is equal to 7x minus 9. Let this minus 9 crosses the equality. So we have 7x is equal to 9. Divide both sides by 7 by 7. This go with this, so x is equal to 9 over 7, right? 9 over 7. So when x is 9/7, the corresponding value of y is 0. So let's go for testing also. For testing, to test the inequality at the coordinate 0, 0, does the inequality satisfy the condition? So now, when x is 0, y is greater than or equal to 7x minus 9. Put x to be 0 and y to be 0. So 0 is greater than or equal to 7 times 0 minus 9. 7 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 9 is minus 9. So is 0 greater than or equal to minus 9? Is 0 greater than or equal to minus 9? Yes, of course, 0 is greater than minus 9. So therefore, this condition is also true. So the only false condition is the second inequality. So next, we are going to plot the graph. And before plotting the graph, we are going to note the point. So now let me jot the point here. Graph, and see what is going to be the region or the area that will satisfy the inequality. So now to plot the graph, suppose this is my graph. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, this is the negative y, and then this is the negative x-axis. So now this is the coordinate 0, 0 at the 0 initial point. So now the highest value we have here is 6, and then lowest is 4. So let's say this is 2, 4, 6, minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, half minus 9 on y-axis. So let's say this is minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8. Then I have this to be 2, this to be 4, this to be 6, this to be 8. By assumption, if you plot it on the graph, you are going to have an exact point. So if you are using 1 centimeter to represent 1 unit, you have 1 unit each, meaning this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3. So if you are using 2 centimeter to represent 2 units, or 1 centimeter to represent 2 units, you are going to have minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, and what have you. So it depends on how you plot your graph. You are going to choose the scale yourself. So now is to plot our coordinate. The first graph, y minus x less than or equal to 4. I will say the condition is true. So now these are the 2 points. When x is 0, the corresponding value of y is 4. So at the coordinate, when x is 0, y is 4. So now this is the first point where they meet. Then the second point, when x is minus 2, this is x to the minus 2. The corresponding value of y is 0. So this is where they meet. And this is, it has an equality sign. This is less than or equal to. So it's going to be a thick continuous line. So now this is going to be a thick line. So we'll join the points together using our ruler and ensure the line goes through. So it's going to be a thick straight line. It keeps going to infinity. So next, the next point, and they said this condition is true. So now for this line, this is the region, the line that says y minus 2x is less than or equal to 4. And we said it is true. So if it is true, then we're going to shade toward 0, meaning we're shading this part. So this part is the region that satisfies the inequality, right? This is the part that satisfies the inequality. The next, we plot the graph for 3y plus x greater than or equal to 6. So at the coordinate, when x is 0, y is 2. When x is 0, y is 2. So this is 2 somewhere here. And when x is 0, when x is 6, when x is 6, this is 6 for x, y is 0. So x is this one. So now we're going to plot the graph. They said it's also less than or equal to, so it's going to be a thick continuous line. So we join this line together. It must be a straight line. This must be a straight line. Do not attempt to use a free hand while plotting the graph. Always use ruler and pair of compass. A ruler and pencil. to draw the straight line. So now the condition here is false, meaning we are shading outside 0, not towards 0. Towards 0 is this part. Outside 0 is this part. So we are shading this part. So this part is the region that satisfies the inequality, meaning we shade outside 0. So now this line is a line that says 3y plus x is greater than or equal to 6. Then next we plot the graph for the second value. So now when x is 0 at this point, when x is 0, the value of y is minus 9. When x is 0, y is minus 9. Minus 9 is somewhere here in between 8 and 10. So minus 9 is here. When x is 0, y is minus 9. So I shade this point. Then next, when x is 9 over 7, this is 1 point something. When x is 1 point something, so 1 is here, 1 point something, let's assume is here. The corresponding value of y is 0. So 0 is here. So this is also greater or equal to, so it is also a thick continuous line. So we join these 2 points together, join the point together with our ruler, and it goes like this. This goes like this. So now this is the sketch of the line. So suppose this is the line, and we said after sketching, after testing, we said that the condition is also true. If it is true, then we are shading towards 0, and towards 0 is this part. So we are shading these angles. So now if you look at this point, all these are shaded part. This is the shaded part. We shade outside for this line, we shade towards 0 for this line, and we shade also towards 0 for this line. So now this is the region that satisfies the inequality. This region now is the area. Let's say this is point A, B, C. So now this region is now going to be the shaded region, or the area that satisfies the inequality. This line is now the line that says y is greater or equal to 7x minus 9. So now triangle, we say therefore triangle ABC is a solution to the inequalities. Triangle ABC, meaning this triangle ABC is now the solution to these inequalities. So thank you for your time. If you have any question, you can drop it on the comment section. And if you are visiting the channel for the first time, kindly like, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up. Bye.